When I first came to Oxford, I really wasn't prepared for this magic. It's a feeling, an energy. It will immerse you and also inspire you.
In today's age, education is highly valued and desired in every country. From the USA to Australia to India, rich parents are becoming more and more keen on sending their children to the most elite universities possible. Today, we have for you a list of 10 universities in the world that stick out from the crowd when it comes to attracting rich kids. Number 10. American University in Dubai. It doesn't come as a surprise that the first university on our list is in Dubai. After all, Dubai is a country of considerable wealth, all thanks to its oil-rich natural resources. So it's not a shocker to find that some of the local colleges there are filled with some of the richest kids in the world, with the American University in Dubai being one such college. Having a parking lot that is jam-packed with flashy luxury cars, there's no doubt you're going to be walking past Range Rovers, Porsche, Aston Martins, Ferraris, and more on your way to class. And the most interesting part, these cars all belong to students in their early 20s. According to Canadian student Mika Nasser, who attended the university, told Rex Features that the cars Dubai students drive are just ludicrous. Number 9. University of London. The University of London in the UK has a student population of around 120,000 students. Of course, the university is not a small one and is considered to be a world leader.
Welcome to the University of London.
One of the most important institutions, not to mention the most famous, is the London School of Economics, which has been the training institution of people like billionaire investor George Soros. However, more than half of the LSE undergraduate students complete their degree without feeling the need to take out a loan, and about 45% of LSE students are foreign students, who also happen to be super loaded. But the importance and prestige of the university can be determined by the fact that about 7.5% of all UK-based millionaires attended the University of London, so it must count for something. Number 8. Stanford University. Serving as a breeding ground for ambitious kids, many of Stanford University students in California are extremely wealthy, with undergraduate fees easily topping $60,000 a year. Only the richest of the rich can afford to go to college there. The New Yorker even referred to this university as Get Rich U because of the high number of grads it feeds into Silicon Valley. But the most likely reason so many kids from wealthy families go to Stanford is because of its legacy admissions policy. As mentioned in its recent alumni magazine, the percentage of alumni children admitted to Stanford is roughly 3 times the overall percentage of acceptance, which means it's all about the money for Stanford. If your parents are an alumni and you've donated money to the university, you have more of a chance of getting in than if they're not. Number 6. Oxford University. So besides the University of London, Oxford University is another one of the universities in England that consistently educates UK-based millionaires.
Oxford is the experience of a lifetime.
Not only that, it is also the longest-running university in the English-speaking world, with most of its alumni including the world's greatest ever businessmen, academics, scientists, and more. Moreover, the head of undergrad admissions told the UK Telegraph newspaper in late 2013 that the university bases its decision on merit alone and that they are not interested in having a school full of thick, rich kids. So despite attempting to not enroll students based on how much money they have, it doesn't take away from the fact that a huge portion of its students are still super rich. For example, in late 2013, a very wealthy Arab man advertised for a private tutor to help him earn a place at Oxford, and he was offering a salary of, wait for it, more than $200,000. So you can imagine the kind of students that go there. Number 6. University of Mumbai. This prestigious university is based in Mumbai, India, and according to the Times of India, has more multimillionaires as alumni than Cambridge or Brown. But what's noteworthy is that the University of Mumbai is not considered to be a hotspot for those wanting to become a millionaire. But many of the students that get accepted by the university have usually inherited their fortunes along with their status as multimillionaires. So they don't need to become millionaires after graduation since they already are. However, it is still considered to be an incubator for rich Indians since it has trained plenty of super wealthy kids that belong to super wealthy families. But of course, everyone needs an education. How else are they going to move up from being just an ordinary millionaire that all their classmates are? Going to a top university? Always a must. Number 5. University of Pennsylvania. This Ivy League college you can find in West Philadelphia gets its fair share of wealthy kids every year. According to findings of a Cooperative Institutional Research Program (CIRP) study of freshmen at Penn, almost 30% of the students at UPenn had parents that earned $250,000 or more, and that about 65% of all freshmen belonged to middle to upper class backgrounds. Even billionaire businessman and former President of the United States Donald Trump attended UPenn himself. And not just him, but his 2 children also attended. Other rich and famous people who have sent their kids there include actor Denzel Washington and comedian Joan Rivers. Although the tuition to attend school each year as an undergraduate, including boarding, costs about $60,000, the outlook can be pretty good once you graduate. According to research, about 1,500 UPenn graduates are collectively worth over $240 billion. That's no small amount. Number 4. Brown University. So when you think about rich celebrities and their college of choice, it's hard not to immediately think of Brown University. Some of the prominent names off the list of famous people who have attended college here include Steven Spielberg, Jack Nicholson, John Kerry's daughters, Allegra Versavi, and many more of America's richest. Based in Rhode Island, Brown University has been consistently ranked as one of the richest colleges in the USA. These statistics are based on the number of students that require financial aid, which happens to be fewer than 50% of students. So, if you watched Gossip Girl, you may recall Blair Waldorf referring to Brown as being filled with trustafarians, which happens to be a mix between Rastafarians and trust funders and children of celebrities. So when you put it that way, it is no surprise that Brown is as expensive as it is. In May 2014, Emma Watson graduated from Brown. Number 3. Yale University. Located in New Haven, Yale University is one of the richest colleges you can find out there. It has a long history and a long list of celebrity graduates, including former President of the United States, George W. Bush. If we look at Yale's freshman batch, 69% of them happen to be from wealthy families that have an annual income of $120,000 or more. Only less than 10% of Yale students ever receive Pell Grant loans. Because of these startling figures, Yale's alumni magazine previously announced that the university was seeking smart students from poor families in an attempt to balance the scales a bit. However, they ended up receiving a lot of criticism for the article and had to issue an apology, so maybe it's not as easy to shake things up. Number 2, Columbia University. So when it comes to that top 1% of society, you can easily find them here at Columbia University in New York, specifically known among college students as being filled to the brim with rich and clever students. Columbia boasts a low admission rate that hovers around 11%, with nearly all of its students having scored 20, 50, or more on their SATs. But besides getting excellent grades to be accepted into the university, you would also need to fork up about $64,000 per academic year as an undergraduate student. Among the list of famous and rich celebrities who went to college at Columbia, Jake Gyllenhaal, Alicia Keys, and Casey Affleck. Not to mention the tons of cabinet members and governors. So if you have the brains and the heavy pockets, you might want to give Columbia University a try. Number 1. Harvard University. At number 1 on our list is this Ivy League college based in Boston, Massachusetts. Harvard University has long been one of the world's top universities, and according to figures, the biggest chunk of Harvard's student population is filled with wealthy kids. According to the New York Times, as told by MBA graduate Christina Wallace, class happens to be a bigger divide than gender at Harvard, not to mention the tens of thousands of dollars you need to be able to participate fully in social events. Maybe it is because of these reasons that Harvard still remains the go-to college if you want to be a multimillionaire one day. When you look at its graduates to date, almost 3,000 are worth $200 million or more. But considering the culture at Harvard, it's very much possible that many of these had a kickstart from their generously rich parents. So that's a wrap on 10 universities where super rich kids go. Did we miss out on one? Let us know in the comments below. Hey, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, please, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. We'll see you in the next one.